What's happening? Andy here. I am joined today by Josh Lane of ACDI. How are you today, Josh?
Andy, I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here. Great to see you as always. It's been too long. I can't believe how long it's been since we've got together. The last time I actually physically saw you, we were at your event in where was that? It was in Kentucky, right? It was in Lexington.
Yeah, maybe this will spark your memory.
Yeah, lucky in Kentucky. Yes, axe throwing and all sorts of stuff. A great event, but about a year and a half later down the road, and this is the way we check in with people now. So first off, I wanted to see, how's everyone in Arkansas? How are our friends down at ACDI? Are you guys coming into work? Is everyone healthy? What's going on? What's happening with ACDI?
We are. We actually came into the office middle of June, and I'd say 70 to 80% of our team that's here local are coming. The other 25-30% have reasons for not being in here, but obviously we have hand sanitizer on every desk. We're wearing our masks as much as possible, social distancing, doing everything that we're supposed to do to try to keep our team healthy and everyone else around. But it's been crazy. There's been more talk about work from home and work schedules and mental health than ever. And I feel like our team just kind of rallied around that and supported, whatever end of the spectrum you're on, our team's kind of supportive of their mindset. If you want to come in and work, great. If you're not, let's be as productive as possible at home. And let's figure out, just like you are, creative ways to engage with our partners and create value. And I know you didn't ask this, but I'm going to lead in with it. I was here Sunday at 5 p.m. and the last 5 minutes of the football game that I missed. I don't know why they kicked a field goal. Green Bay kicked a field goal. But anyway, I was here with VR goggles on, trying to figure out how we can mimic our training sessions that we have with our resellers, make it more engaging versus, kind of what we're doing right now, your video conferences, and kind of, can you do a hybrid, a little of both? And not sure we're there yet, but we're always looking for new technology, and VR is going to be one of those exponential technologies that one day will be everywhere.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. For the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of VR popping up, especially in the production world, production print, where it's just so difficult to bring and set up these machines. And going to these analyst events, I've seen them at HP events, at Konica Minolta events, I think at some of the others. So there are a lot of applications for us in VR. Before we get too far into anything, though, let's take a step back. I want to just sort of give you the opportunity. Who is ACDI? I know you, we know you, PaperCut and print management, but let's give, tell the people who don't know who ACDI is that are watching, what do you guys do?
Man, that's a good question. I appreciate the lead in, because we forget about all the folks that probably are online right now that are just now tapping into some of the resources that you provide. So, ACDI, we are a technology and a solution provider to the copier channel. We're primarily in the Americas, but we feel like with our partners and our alliances, we can introduce print management software for security, accessibility, accountability, cost savings for your small to medium businesses, all the way up to enterprise across all verticals. And so print management's one thing, but everything that complements the workplace, whether it's document management, capture, we've got fleet management software, other types of payment systems, hardware payment systems. And we've been fortunate enough to partner with, your friends and family in the channel, the reseller channel, that, we've been able to hit it off and kind of align our businesses together to grow. And, so ACDI looks to generate and inject value into the dealer and the OEM channel, as well as many of the IT bars that are interested in adding this subscription priced software into their model as well.
Well, certainly, right place, right time, I guess, these days. And the print industry really needs print management and all the things that kind of go along with it. And you're sort of a one-stop shop for dealers to get a lot of this technology, right? So, by the way, I love the shirt. I meant to comment on that at the beginning of this, and I did better than yesterday. And that's kind of every day. That's your mantra, basically, right?
Hey, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I wore it intentionally. My wife looked at me and said, maybe you need to cut back on the ice cream if you're going to wear that T-shirt. But I felt like, it's worth saying. We actually had a senior leadership meeting a few months ago, and we said, hey, let's hone in on our mission statement, our core values. Let's hone in our people. Everyone, I think every business is like, let's gravitate. Let's bring our people into HQ, bring our people into our mantra. Let's not force it upon them, but let's be it. And I've said better than yesterday for, we all have for years. And as we looked at our mission statement at that point, we're like, what is it? And very few people could remember it. And we said, let's come up with a new one. And we're like, in 15 seconds, somebody in the group said, and I won't call out any names, Jeff McWilliams, but said, how about better than yesterday?
I believe it.
And it just, it kind of stuck. And we're like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm a big fan of cotton. I like to wear, I don't wear very many t-shirts, but occasionally I will if it says something, positive on it. And so I had a t-shirt made, and that is our mantra. It's our mission statement. And I believe everybody can rally around it. And it can be in a generality. Like we used to say, best day ever or best job ever.
Yeah.
Better than yesterday, whether that's a better husband, better father, the best job can be anything you're doing. And so this kind of fits, depending on what state you're in and, what you're doing, that's kind of the mindset that we want to take on.
I think it's a great, sure. I love it. It's a great attitude. Everyone should have it. It just makes you smile. Right. But and also what makes me smile is print management. So let's shift gears and get into this a little bit and talk about, we mentioned right place, right time. You're selling PaperCut. You've got other products that kind of integrate into that. But let's look at 2020, what went on there and why it was such a big year. We had two huge moves, I would say, from companies that just dominate the world, right? Google ended Google Cloud Print, which was a widely used program that really we didn't sell or come up with as an industry, that Google just sort of did it, shoved it at us, and customers flocked to it because it's Google. So they ended that. A lot of opportunity around that. And then Microsoft finally came out with their universal print program. So a lot of what you do ties right into that. The two, two of the driving companies in the office made substantial moves, and you play right in the middle of that. So let's talk about maybe PaperCut. You mentioned Hive is something that's got you all fired up for opportunity for 2021. With what happened in 2020, most of the big news coming in print management. How are you positioned, and how does PaperCut play into this, and Hive and all that, and cloud print, and where do you think 2021 is going to go?
Man, that's a good question. I'm still thinking about you saying that you get excited about print management. And it looked sincere.
Yeah, it pays my bills, man.
Hey, man, it can be fun. It can be sexy. And I think I've said this before. We had somebody in the office one time that we were in a meeting, we're talking about it, and she goes, you guys make me feel like we're saving lives, and that we're all bought into it. And that's the way we approach it, though, on a daily basis, or at least we try to. We're not always on, I should say. But where we are, where we're positioned alongside PaperCut, which I believe their roadmap into the cloud has, you can say that maybe we're late to the game, but I think we're right on time. If you look at what's happened the last 9 months and the development that's been injected into PaperCut, their hosted product, which is called Hive. I'm glad you brought that up. For years we've had on-prem. I try to simplify it. We have on-prem, and now we have hosted. And if our dealers are meeting the customers where they are, and we're meeting our dealers where they are, whether they're home or at the office, which I believe we do, then we have a product for everyone. And I think I mentioned to you before you started recording, there's 31 million small businesses in America, and sometimes those small businesses might not have the resources to invest in technology or the hardware to support the technology our dealers are trying to sell. And if you think about that and you carve out, let's say 98% of those have less than 100 employees. Hive is positioned right there right now. And that's today, right out of the box. 6 months from now, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, Hive will be an enterprise product, is my prediction. And so we'll have on-prem and we'll have Hive. And so for our team and the amount of investment we're putting into software, digital marketing and sales tools, we think it's a complement. And I think you or I brought it up earlier in regards to how to put our partners in front of their customers without having somebody physically knock on the door. And a lot of the things that we're trying to do right now is injecting that portal or that tool to allow our dealers to be everywhere in their communities and to bring business back to them. And so, I'm excited about not only PaperCut MF on-prem, but more so about the 31 million small businesses that we can put Hive into in America and beyond.
Well, let's talk about those 31 million, right? So that's the sweet spot of this channel. That always has been. It's the B2B channel. office equipment resellers. It's 90+ years old. Most of them belong to, good number of them belong to the BTA organization, that 94, 95-year-old association that these guys have been members of. And so these guys have been selling, technology for years. And we've moved from copiers. We've moved from typewriters into copiers, and copiers is now moving into wherever that's going. Part of it is this new evolution into print management, into cloud, and where we're seeing, partners like PaperCut become integral partners with the resellers. And so you are sort of that conduit to the dealer, right? Dealers can come to you for what? For training, for marketing, for support. How does it work with you guys? What do you do for the dealer?
Look at you, that's a great question, because I mentioned the digital marketing and sales tools. I mean, it's not just a small investment, but we're investing significantly in the tools to be able to equip our dealers with I guess, more resources and the ability to replicate themselves in their communities. And a lot of that's done with technology. And so, as we're pushing print management, fleet management, and other types of software, we're investing internally in analytics, which we're also pushing towards a channel, but analytics, marketing tools, sales tools, things that really make us stronger, than I feel like will inject a lot of value in our dealers. So we take that approach with digital content and so forth that we can share with our dealers. We train, we do a lot of video conferences and a lot of trainings right now on all the products if necessary. A lot of times it's verticalized with the partners. We do a lot of ride-alongs, you call it, but they're virtual now. And so if an end customer wants to communicate with our reseller partner and they bring us in the mix, we have a high success rate in winning those deals. So it's a great opportunity for us. And then there's that idea for me, it's, we talked about 30 million small businesses. That's great. There are enterprise businesses that will impact a lot of our partners, and PaperCut fits right alongside that, and so we feel like solutions architects, and the technology, when you start looking at infrastructure, adds value in all those deals. So if you incorporate ACDI and our team alongside the solutions, you're going to see an uptick in technology, and that bodes well for customer success. So if they receive the value in their investment in the hardware and the software, they're going to be happy, and we believe that happy customers buy more stuff.
I would agree with that. And some of the things that you've done to make that a little easier and to kind of bring it together, you guys had a real busy year in 2021. You launched Storyboard, ACDI Hub. So you've basically pulled all these different aspects of your company together as far as bringing together a dashboard, right? So it's a centralized place. Can you tell me a little bit about the work you did there and some of the support tools that you guys came out with last year?
Yeah, absolutely. Storyboard kind of derived from an investment we've made over the last 3 years towards our data. How can we take our data in from our partners and from PaperCut and all the products that we sell and make it more valuable the next time around, and running it through the channel again and again and again. And we did that with our CRM, and most companies have a CRM, and it can be really cool. But we were like, well, what if we wanted to tie in our CRM with our accounting package, with our support package, with maybe a document management software or any other type of application? We needed to expand beyond the CRM, and the idea came. It's like Storyboard. Let's tell your story digitally with really, really robust data visualization, whatever you want to call it, cool images that kind of can drive your decision making at your business. And I try not to say too many cliches or whatever regarding analytics, because it's everywhere now. And now it's like, how can we get it to the masses? And that's what we wanted to do with Storyboard for PaperCut. It's kind of introduce the analytics, that it could be a living. That you?
That was me. Sorry.
Hey, Mom.
But yeah, right. But I mean, you look at it, and you're right. This data, it's not like this data isn't out there. It's out there, and the problem is there's so much of it, and just to be able to put it in quantifiable measurable charts and graphs, and to be able to put it in front of you all in one place is extremely useful, rather than, I wonder what we did here, let's pull this up and compare it to last year. And everything's a chore, right? Everything's a real hassle for you to do comparisons. And when you have a tool like this that allows you to just pull data from different parts of your company up and put it in a useful dashboard, it's huge. It's hugely helpful. So just a great tool you guys have put together. We've had some information about it on the site here. I know you guys have done a lot of blogs and some videos on it. That's all I had for you today. I just wanted to kind of check in and see how you were doing. And any messages for anyone out there? Any thoughts on 2021 and expectations from you guys going forward?
Yeah, man, I have all kinds of messages I want to share.
Yeah, well, I got time for it as long as
but that was quick. Around storyboard,
Yeah.
for instance, I would just say for our businesses and for the resellers that we work with closely, that I guess they say data is the new currency.
Yeah.
And whether it's a full-blown blitz on data, or whether you kind of walk your way into it, that's kind of the approach we want to take, and we can assist in that based on the last several years of our investment in it. So I see big things with that, and hopefully they will too in return. But lastly, Andy, we hadn't talked about it, but and I'm not sure how many of your followers are in Latin America, but we've moved into a new region in Brazil.
I was going to bring that up as we ended. That was going to be my end. But yeah, you just opened offices in Brazil, Latin America. You're expanding down there, right? So tell me how that's going. When are we going? When are we going?
What a vibrant market, and I'm learning a lot. It's not like I speak Portuguese yet, but we've been able to, acquire some key people in that region that we feel like that are well vetted, that are mature, that understand the market, that have, partners already in place. So we, in the first month since we've been there, we've had quite a bit of activity, onboarding resellers, talking to resellers, engaging in a way, hopefully, that they've never been engaged with before. Trying to be just different enough to be likable. But, you add the software tech that we're using to run our business, as well as the products that are in our portfolio, and the people that back all of that up, which I think is the secret sauce, by the way. We're excited about that. And the momentum from Brazil, it's kind of, we've been in Latin America for 5 years now. But, somebody said, like the momentum and the enthusiasm just from going into a new market, and it is expanding out to the markets that we've been in already. So a lot of excitement around that. We'll see how it goes, but we like the team, we like the products, and we like the processes that we're putting in place.
Well, certainly exciting. I know you had an awesome grand opening when we went down there for the office that you're in right now in Little Rock, or well, not Little Rock, outside of Little Rock, right? So in Benton. I look forward to the opening that you guys do down there in Brazil. I'm sure we'll all come down and do a nice story for you. But, it's great catching up with you. I miss seeing you. We will see you soon, though, I think, right? So tentatively, hopefully, we'll still all be going down to BTA in March. They're having an event, and I believe in Orlando. I could be wrong, but I believe it's in Orlando. Go to bta.org to find out more about that. But you guys, ACDI, will be there? Yes?
We'll be there. And did you say something about a golf challenge to anybody who wants to play golf with us?
Yeah, something about golf. I'm sure I'll be into it. So I will definitely see you on
free subscription. Free subscription if you beat Andy.
Oh, everyone will get a free subscription. Then you better put a cap on that. So, but yeah, man, always great catching up with you, and that's awesome. I look forward to seeing you and your team down there in Orlando, and we'll catch up soon. It's been way too long.
Hey, Andy, thank you. And hey, I can't believe you're going to get off this call without bringing up football and the Super Bowl.
Well, as a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, I do have to say that, go Bucks. I normally kind of like the Chiefs. Nothing personal against them, but this is a big one for me. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
I got you. Hey, and lastly, throughout the pandemic, and we all tried to keep our teams as close to us as possible and as together as possible. We had a mantra called Team United, or we said Team United, and we've remained united as a team. And not only that, we're making strategic hires. We brought a chief operating officer in the last month, and people and culture manager starts, I believe, tomorrow. So we're looking and investing in growth, and I think that, I've said this from the beginning, that hope and optimism should be in our mind and not the opposite. If you've got two wolves inside you, and one is the good versus evil, or fear versus the hopeful, I'm gonna feed the wolf that's optimistic and hopeful. And I just remind everybody to do the same thing.
I think it's a great way to end. I think we made it through 2020. 2021 is looking like we've got a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And we're still here, and we're still moving forward. So let's get it going, man. Let's get to the end of this little virus and have some fun.
Yeah.
But I will see you soon.
Sounds good, Andy. Thanks, man.
Take care, Josh. Good seeing you. Bye-bye.